Welcome to In the Kitchen with Dinah. Today we're making Marry Me Chicken.
Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Someone's in the kitchen, I know. Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Gonna taste good, I know.
Legend has it that this chicken recipe is so delicious that by the end of it, whoever you make it for is going to ask you to marry them. So that's why it's called Marry Me Chicken. It's all done on the stovetop. It's pretty simple and super delicious. Let's get started. So for starters, I've got 2 chicken breasts and I've cut them in half like a butterfly. And we're going to dredge them in salt and pepper and flour and then fry them in oil and butter. So let's get that going. You want about 2 tablespoons of oil and butter. Get that heating up. There's one. All right, and while that is heating up, my trick is to just take a paper plate and put a little flour on it. That way when you're done, you can just toss it all. Now, I don't think it matters if you salt and pepper the chicken now or when it's in the pan. I'm going to do it in the pan just for ease. I'm going to just take my chicken, dredge it through the flour, get it nice and coated. Get all that melty and wonderful. Now, if you need to do more chicken, just do it in batches. Everybody loves a good chicken, easy chicken recipe though. I'm gonna turn that up just a skosh. All right, so now that we're done with the dredging, we can just get rid of this and this. Now I'm just gonna salt and pepper this. And then when we flip them, we'll do the other side. Get it on the flame. You want to cook these about 4 to 5 minutes aside. So while that is cooking, we're going to get some chicken broth ready. And I am just using the better than bouillon. So we're going to need 1 cup of chicken broth. These always get so tight on here. So you want about a teaspoon or so of the better than bouillon. All right, so we've got our chicken broth going and hanging out back here. The other thing we want to get ready is our sun-dried tomatoes. They just come in a jar like this, and we need 1/3 cup. That one wants to get away. Oh, these smell delicious. All right, let's see what that looks like. I think that looks about, I'm not going to stick it in here, but I just kind of estimate that that looks about right. Watch the chicken, it never browns. Is that how it works?
Yep.
Oh yeah, we need the salt and pepper this side. I'm about ready for electric grinders. So our chicken has been browned on both sides, and I'm just going to take it out of the pan and set it on a clean plate. And then we're going to make our sauce, and then the chicken is going to go back in. Turn that down. So let's add a little bit more butter. And we're going to add some garlic, about 3 cloves. You want to cook this just until it's fragrant. We're going to get up. Yum. And then add that chicken broth in. It's gonna get up all those bits. That's all the bouillon in there, get that in there. And let's get all those brown bits worked up. That already smells great. Butter and garlic, man. All right, so now we need a cup of heavy whipping cream. Now you wanna make sure you're using whipping cream and not half and half because the sauce won't be as thick as it needs to be. So let's dump this in. Yum.
Oh my heavens, that smells good.
Doesn't that smell so good?
I'm not even hungry.
Yeah, I'm not either. All right, we've got some spices now to put in. We're gonna put some oregano. We need a 1/4 teaspoon of oregano and thyme. This is a 1/2 teaspoon. I couldn't reach my 1/4 teaspoon in the back. So here's a 1/4 teaspoon of oregano. Oh, that smells so good. 1/4 teaspoon of thyme. And we want some crushed red peppers in there. Now, if you don't want it so spicy, you can add less. So I'm gonna probably just put in, I don't know, probably a 1/2. It should be good though. And then we're gonna salt and pepper that. Give it a stir. All right, so we're gonna bring this to a boil. I'm gonna grab the sun-dried tomatoes, get those in. And that's kind of the base of your sauce. Now, the only thing I don't have in here is the cheese. So let's get some Parmesan cheese in there. We need a 1/2 cup. And if you have the fresh grated, that's great, but I usually have this in my fridge. I'm just gonna eyeball it. So there's about a 1/4 cup. I mean, can you ever have too much cheese? I don't think so. Oh my heavens, it smells glorious. All right, that's all mixed in. We're gonna put our chicken back in the pool. We're gonna finish cooking it. And let it simmer for about 10 more minutes. Now, if you got some juice left over from your chicken, make sure you get that in there too. All right, so I'm gonna let that simmer for a little bit and then we'll be back when the chicken is totally cooked. So our chicken has reached 160 degrees, which is what we want it to be to make sure that it's all fully cooked through. They look terrific. Your sauce is gonna have reduced just a bit. And I have some fresh basil here that we're gonna chiffonade, and that means just to cut it into tiny ribbons. So let's just take this one. I wish I had some. It's too early in our growing year here for me to have basil on my back patio. So I'm just gonna stack them on top of each other. We're gonna roll it up like that, nice and tight, and then just and then you have all these cute little ribbons. I don't know if you can see them, but that is gonna be our garnish on the top. I'm gonna cut the heat. Grab a plate. Now you could serve this, I think this would be really good over like buttered garlicky noodles, mashed potatoes, rice, anything like that. Serve whatever side you like with it. This is the star of the show for sure. So we're just gonna take a piece of chicken out. This on a bed of like Angel hair pasta would be amazing. Put some sauce on there. Put some green on there. Try this chicken out here, see how we did. See if I can get a bite with everything. Oh, that's good. That is so flavorful. And really, it didn't take any time to make it all. And super easy ingredients. Wow, this is delicious. I hope you guys make this and enjoy this. And maybe whoever you make it for, you'll fall in love, get married over a piece of chicken. Everybody just wants a good piece of chicken. Thanks for joining me in my kitchen today. I hope you enjoyed watching and learning how to make Marry Me Chicken. You guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next week on the next episode when I show you another chicken recipe that my husband fell in love with me over. So stay tuned because it's coming. So you guys have a great day. Where's the oh, you're moving that. Like, where's all the stuff? It's so much better, I think. Maybe.
It is. It's so good.
And legend has it if you oh my gosh. Wow. But then you said start from it's on the stovetop.
No, you're starting completely over.
Okay, start over. Wow. Well, there you go.
Legend has it that this chicken.
Wow, so fancy.
Gonna taste good, I know.